record. Bet. Alright. Hollywood. Hollywood. Alright. Alright. So right off the bat here, I don't necessarily dislike the fact that you guys are playing this high ground, but I personally think that this is something that me and Matt went over yesterday. Matt should be playing over in the cafe area, while Athene can set up like over here looking for the pinch and collapse on the rotation, right? While the core of you three that are right here sit here, look for the collapse, right? Composition wise, this person's pretty free, same with him. Alright.
Hello.
We just started, Matt, so just in time.
Sick.
So, supports right off the bat. Luca, once you know that you guys are getting some pressure onto this high ground, because this is a very common place that teams are going to try to take, is up here. This high ground can control everything and dictate fights very, very easy. What you and Mint should be doing is rotating back down into this hallway here. Right? Rotate back down into that hallway, and if you absolutely need to, you can teleport to Matt, and Mint can be on a wall and get his self out of there. Fuel, you need to try to keep this high ground as much as possible, and utilize this pillar right here. Utilize the same hallway that I was telling Luca and Mint to play in. You just need to control the high ground. Instead, you guys prematurely drop instead of looking for the opportunity to get onto their backline for literally free, right? Because all you guys would really have to do is just drop, right? You don't have to amp speed, you don't have to use teleport, you don't even have to jump, you can just drop, right? Then you can have the safe haven of, you know, you engage here, you can just jump back up to this high ground, right? Easy. On paper. Instead, Matt gets caught out. Unlucky. He got 5 orbed. And instead of you guys then kiting to another safe place, being here, you guys decide to group up in the small corner over in here, which is never a good idea. Luca is effectively dead here, unless he has jump. Does he have jump? Yeah, he does. But at the same time, though, still caught out, still bad position. Athene, I don't like the fact of where you're pinching from. Shit. I don't like the fact that you're here, when in reality, you could have been hitting already from the backline looking for this guy right here. Big Juicy Zen. Anything you want to add, Chad? Or did I cover it?
No, I'm in a game.
Oh my god, okay.
I was just gonna let you take over and listen.
Okay, that's fine. Genji commits. You guys turn on the Genji. But doesn't matter. Discord Orb is a thing. You guys don't look at the backline. And instead, you guys don't look at the backline, and you turn for the Genji, and you guys get cleaned up by their backline. Now, second point. Matt, you already know. Your basic positioning is this catwalk to this high ground. You're playing it like a soldier, pretty much, right? This is your whole domain right here. Mint, Luca, Fuel. Fuel, you can be sitting here on this little ledge on Winston and just be zapping, throwing right clicks down that corridor. Mint, Luca, you guys can be playing back over here. You know, get some heal, and you have this stairs natural cover. And if shit really starts to hit the fan, if they go, okay, we're gonna use every fucking resource to take here, all you guys do is back up to over under this high ground where your Soj is at. Then your next rotation for you, Matt, would be you hop over here. All this is happening while Athene, you have one of two options now. Okay? You can either say, okay, who's pushing cart? And decide, I'm just going to go pressure cart. Or you can look for the collapse onto the people that are up here, even though it's a little hard to do because they know they're going to hear you coming because of the elevator. Now, usually when we're talking hybrids, when we're talking escorts, it's usually broken down into, you get about 2 fights in 2 about similar locations on every point. So, fight number 1 is going to take place somewhere in here, depending on where you guys decide to take the fight, depending on who they have pushing cart, depending on who you have numbers wise, so on and so forth. Good attackers are going to try to force you off of here, so 9 times out of 10 fights are going to be won and lost on this high ground. The quicker you can control this high ground, the better, but if you have to kite out, don't worry. If you have to kite back out to here, that's perfectly fine, because then you can stabilize, get resources back, potentially get people back, then retake the fight over to take here, all while Athene is being a mosquito on cart and making whoever's on cart's life a living hell. Easy. I say it's easy, but in reality, I know how this game goes. Nothing's easy. Alright, so second fight is most likely going to take place somewhere in this general area. Anywhere from here to here. Now, Matt, I still think you sit up here. Or, depending on where they are, where your team is, because 9 times out of 10 they're going to try to stuff you in, I think it's this door right here. I think it's that one right there. They're going to try to stuff you in there. You could also rotate back over to here, while Athene moves around and behind. Or if you guys are flipped, where you're on jail and Athene's taking this right side angle, he can then pinch from around here, and you guys have a pinch, right? So, fight number 1. Let's see how this works. You guys are respawning. And the Winston did something very good, and he pushed up to take space. Matt is forced to get the hell out, but instead of kiting back onto his safe little bridge, you dropped... You already know, we went over this.
My mic doesn't want to pick up half the shit I say. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, big plays from Athene. Now look to push cart here. Clean up. This is fine. If you guys manage to stymie cart right here, I have no problem with Matt, you then playing up here, Athene looking for the pinch from in here, and the core play right here. I have no problem with that. You guys just gotta be wary of the fact that, hey, they have a Zen, and one of my squishies can get 5 orbed in a quarter second. Right? Other than that, though, this is a perfectly fine setup. If you notice, everywhere that I'm telling you guys to set up, it's because of the fact that you guys have lane control, and you have angles controlled. Right? Your Soja's controlling high ground. Your core is controlling the space on the cart and their tempo, while Athene's controlling this left lane, and they have nowhere to push through, effectively. Right? Instead, you guys give them... I don't understand this whatsoever. You're letting them walk in for 0 reason. You're giving them space that they didn't do anything for. They looked at you funny and you guys decided to fuck off. Essentially. Take the fight here. This goes back to the whole idea of using chokes to your advantage. This is a giant choke point right here. They have to funnel into you in order to get through it. Use that to your advantage. Like I said, instead of you guys playing the choke, you guys just decided, oh, they looked at us funny, they have a Zen, we're gonna leave. Okay. Matt, once again, I'd like to see you further back. Luca, in a situation like that, if Matt was further back, you had a very easy TP spot. Fuel could jump out. And the only person that is really, really at risk at that point is Mint, but he could very easily amp speed out. I'm not a fan of this rotation whatsoever. Because instead of sending something that one person can do on their own, i.e. whether it be Matt or Athene, you guys send 4. While you guys leave Athene to take the brunt of them on his shoulders on Poor Tracer, right? Instead, the core should be fighting to push out through here. Because then supports, Mint can be playing up here on this wall. Luca can be playing around this dumpster, you know? This thing right here. And while Mint and Athene can then, depending on who goes where, pinch from here and pinch from here. Lane control. They have nowhere to effectively push without going into one of you guys somewhere. Good pick by Matt. Mint, this is very unlucky. You were literally, you got beat right as you died. Unlucky. They're trading. Okay. This is something that we do very, very, very poorly, in my opinion. We think, oh, they used an ult and we used an ult, and we lost one person or they lost one person, then they hit another ult to try to either clean up the fight or secure the fight or bring themselves back into a fight. Now we need to be thinking, all right, what do we have that can potentially turn this? In a situation like this, honestly, I'd rather have you guys over ult than under ult. If you think your ult can turn this fight, I'd rather have you pop it than hold on to it. Because instead, okay, we Sune, we Primal. We're 3 for 3 right now. We're even on ult trades. And we secure the fight with the Kitsune. Would I have liked to see the Kitsune a little bit earlier? Absolutely. But you guys ended up winning the fight. And just make sure you calm your ulting though. That's the one big thing that I need to say if you are going to pop your ult in a situation like this. Because of the fact that you say you don't want to have a situation where Mint goes, oh shit, I need to pop beat, and Luca goes, oh shit, I'm going to Kitsune here to try to turn it, and you guys both hit Q at the same time because you didn't communicate it. Right? Stuff like that can be avoided just by saying, I'm beating, or I'm Tsuneing, or I'm primaling. Stuff like that. Now, you guys won the fight. Take space that they don't have. Take back this high ground, right? Matt, you can be sitting here again. You can be sitting up here again. Athene, you can be looking for the pinch over here again. Take the space that they don't have. That's what separates a lot of the lower teams from a lot of the higher teams, is the higher teams will take back the space that the other team hasn't gotten yet. They know that, hey, they got to refight for this high ground. Yeah, they might send somebody off to cart, but we have a Lucia that can go deal with that. We have a Tracer that can go deal with that. Right? They don't let the other team take space that they have not earned. And that's something that I want to see you guys start doing. Because now, their cast just walks up. For free. Their whole team walks up for free. And you guys are just sitting there. Okay, we pop overclock. But they Sune in return. Now what? Well, why not beat? For a trade, right? Yeah, you guys are even in the old game. But they pop another ult. Ice. Okay. It's a fine beat. Could have been a little sooner. Unlucky Fuel gets killed. This is target prioritization now. You guys, look at how split you guys are. This tells me everything I need to know right here. Honestly. This image is worth 1,000 words in and of itself. Luca's shooting the Winston. Mint's on the Zen. Athene just killed the Kree. Matt's looking at the Zen. We can't have that. If Fuel dies, we really need somebody to step up, take over. And if I'm not mistaken, that's you, Mint, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not trying to flame you, Mint. I'm just saying. From now on, we know. Right? Alright. But this is a very much of a shit show right now. Target focus is non-existent. Luca teleports to Mint to help him, and target focus is what ultimately cost us this fight. And also us not taking space that they didn't deserve, that they didn't earn. That's another big reason. Not a fan of that pulse, to be honest. It was a 2v5. Alright. Third point. So. Big thing. I'd like to see our shit. That was a really big S for literally zero fucking reason. I'd like to see our Soj controlling up here. Right? After you regroup and everything gets set up, stabilized, you know. The core control this corner. Right here. While Athene can hit the wraparound from this left side and pinch from behind over here. Once again, back to the idea of lane control. Where do they have to push without them hitting one of you guys? Nowhere. General idea. Yeah, this is just a regroup, which is fine. This happens. I don't dislike the Reaper swap, but I definitely think Tracer's better against what they're running. So I definitely think you keep the Tracer, just for the simple fact that their Zen has to be constantly afraid of getting hit by a Tracer. Fuel. You need to be more assertive with your bubbles, bro. Like, for real. This monkey, all you needed to do was walk up to this monkey, drop bubble, like, not even on cart, like, right here. And you're making his supports freak the hell out because of it. Instead, they drop bubble on you. Luca has to use Bell because he gets afraid for your life. And yeah, be more assertive with your bubbles. Not every bubble is going to be the quote-unquote perfect bubble. Don't worry about having a bad bubble. It fucking happens to everybody. That's another thing that we didn't do very much, was we just didn't look at the Zen very much. The Zen was just kind of free reigning for a while, with kind of no consequences. I don't know why we're giving them this corner for literally free. No key cooldown was forced out. No, you didn't have to use Bell. You didn't have to use TP. You didn't have to use Wraith. Nothing was forced. You guys are giving them space they didn't earn. You want this fight to take place here. Because you know for a fact you're going to get another fight when the cart gets to where it really matters. Right? You know you're going to get another fight here. Why not fight at this corner and try to draw out as much time as possible? If not ultimately win the fucking map. Instead, you let them engage first and they kill Matt. Once again, Phil, you need to be assertive and not take shit from their front line. Also, I don't know if you had fuel, if you had primal there, Fuel, but I 100% want to pop primal. Oh yeah, pop primal. If you have primal in a situation like that, 100% pop it. Your life is more important than anything else. All right, let's keep her moving. All right. So, right off the bat here, we're going to do our mid-VOD check to make sure people are actually watching, okay? I want people in the Discord chat, in our general chat, to put what their favorite NBA team is, but your favorite NBA team based on the colors of the team.
Oh.
So who has the best colors in the NBA?
Who's the
if you
best
don't-
groupies in the NBA?
Yo, Jay, what if you don't watch sports at all?
Then just say your favorite tits.
Okay.
What?
And if it
No.
isn't your girlfriend, then you're in trouble.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
well,
I'll take that L. Fuck it.
Favorite color of females.
No,
No.
don't do that.
Hey, yo.
fuck, man.
Hey, yo.
Alright,
That is preference.
so right off the bat here, usually basic attack for this map is you send your core over here plus your sojourn to get them high ground. You then send your tracer through here, back and around to hit their back line. Easy. Against this team, this guy's super fucking free. Instead, you guys take a half engage on him, and it really screws you guys over because their monkey decided, hey, I'm gonna drop in, place a bubble. Fuck the Winston. He's not gonna kill anybody by the time you run over that Zen. But yeah, the Zen is literally free. So fucking free.
I'm hard.
Okay. Watching that fight from a third-person perspective, I think it still would have been better for you guys to try to force high ground. Try to take the high ground from them. I still think that would have been the best decision. And Athene, when you're on Soj against a Torb, I hate to break it to you, you're on full-time turret duty. Mint and Luca also have a pretty easy time poking that thing down too. I don't understand this rotation. You guys are also very, very split. Not everybody went together. Big? Now you guys can push the advantage because they decided to overextend. Once again, Fuel, you need to be careful about going in without bubble, right? Especially if you know that their monkey has bubble. Very easy to seclude you from your backline and get you fucked over. Alright. Now, similar to what I was talking about earlier on the defense, you guys want to try to fight for this high ground. Easiest way to do it is, well, you have a few ways of doing it. You can send fuel up here to soft dive, force some resources, force them to back up, make their Zen panic a little bit, you know, maybe bubble off their Winston, make their Kiriko panic a little bit, maybe force a Bell. Drop, lather, rinse, repeat until you can get people up to high ground. Or you guys can all take the jump pad or the elevator, I guess, and just amp speed into them. Either or. I personally think the soft dive approach works a little bit better, but it's really up to you. That's a game time situation. It's a game time call. Long story short, though, control this high ground. Not a horrible rotation. But at the same time, though, you don't have speed to get out of this small choke. So I personally think you should be looking for the soft dive while Athene sits there, shoots the turret. You get an ult out. Drop. 2. Drop. You don't need to be fighting this. And their Soj drops main. Oh, this is free. This is free as fuck. Don't be afraid to go up there, Fuel. Contest that shit. And if you have... Another thing, Fuel. If they're running a Sojourn and they pop overclock and you have Primal, don't be afraid to hit Q and just take her to Narnia. Then come back to your team. Zone out the overclock with your Primal. That's perfectly worth. You guys kill her, though. Which is good. Now, start thinking about map control. Start thinking about getting set up to take lanes, take angles, right? I want to see the core setting up here. Your Sojourn over here. In a perfect world, you have a Tracer that can control over here, but since you guys are running the Reaper, you guys have one less lane that you can control, so he's just going to play with the core. But if you're running the Tracer, and assuming that you are running the Tracer, Tracer controls this left lane, and into here, you guys can pinch. Easy. Instead, you guys play low ground. Because now, instead of only having to use... Not even speed boost. Thanks, Chad. Instead of only... Maybe not even using a single cooldown, you guys now have to amp speed, you guys have to use your jump, and you guys have to... You guys, Sune... The Sune is not horrible, but imagine if that thing was coming off the high ground from here. Right? So much better of a Sune. So much more coverage. Okay. You guys are trading ults. They traded, what, 2 for 1? This monkey is very, very burnable, by the way. Athene, I would have had no problem if you popped overclock there. But again, though, Athene, you wouldn't be stuck in this situation if you were playing up here. Right? Yeah, you might have a monkey jump on you, but you can slide over to here, or you can slide to the drop into your team. Either or is fine there. And that goes for you too, Matt, if you're playing the Soj. Or Addy, whoever. You guys do manage to clean up. Alright, good. Now, you guys need to be pushing forward to take space. Fuel does it but everybody else needs to be doing it. You guys already capped the point. You guys need to be moving. The only person that can be cart right now is Mint. But in the grand scheme of things, winning fight, then pushing cart is more important. Fuel should kill the Zen. Yeah, okay. Now, let's talk setup here. If you know that they're still resetting, push up to here. Honestly. Take this space. Don't give them space that they have not earned. Same thing goes on the defense, because then you guys can tuck in and out of here. Your supports can play here. You know, your Winston can play here. Or if the supports want to, they can play over here. While your Tracer hits this left side angle. And Matt can have the angle either up top, over in this area. You know where I mean. Shit. Over in here. You can bob and weave in and out of cover. Or he can also play a little further back and play, whoever's on Soj can play back here in this area. Easy. Instead, you guys just sit there and push cart. Cart will catch up. I don't understand that jump whatsoever.
I think he was trying to take high ground where I'm at now. He just missed.
Matt, they don't know you're there. Why drop? Lay down the bubble. That's just fight lost. With them running more of a poke-based comp, you guys need to be looking to get a lot more aggressive, a lot faster. The more time they have to sit there and cook, the worse it is for you guys. In an ideal world, if you see that they have two people sitting over on this left side, I have no problem with you guys just amping speed over to here. To get onto these guys. So you don't have to run through the entirety of their team and take a fuck ton of damage on the way in before you can even get to those two. Instead, you guys are so preoccupied with this SIG for some reason. Instead of looking for the easy targets to engage onto. This is a moment where I'd be calling a stabilize. Yeah, this is just fight lost. If you guys stabilize there, I think you guys win that because of the fact that then you might be able to get Matt might be back in time. But instead, you guys go too quick, and you guys amp speed into a Molten Core. Which is never a good thing. I like this rotation. Matt, you're way too far forward, bro. Sune's good. Blossom, not so much. Now this is just clean up target focus. Yeah. So, big things that you guys are kind of neglecting is the fact that, hey, they have really easily walked upon people, i.e. a Torb, i.e. kind of a Soj, i.e. a Zen, and i.e. a Sig, right? Just walk on the Zen. Make his life a living hell. Then you can look at the Torb, then you can look at the Sig. And at the end of the day, you might kill the Kiriko you might kill the Kiriko in the process, right? But before I conclude this, anybody have any questions, comments, anything?
No, not really.
Also,
Not for me anyway.
Also,
I know
hi
Luca
Luca.
was like late. Hi Luca, we know you're here.
Yeah, what's
But-
up? How you been
No.
doing this?
Hey, it's all good. And you can watch the first half because J-Star recorded it, as long as it doesn't corrupt or anything.
Yeah,
Knock
no,
on wood.
I'm not going to.
Most of my questions got answered last night.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
You one-on-one with J-Star last night, so.
Yeah, this map was one of them. So.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
it.
Same here with me and Chad.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. How'd that go, by
gotcha.
the way?
Oh well.
All right. Real quick though, before I end the recording, we can talk about this in a minute. Anybody have any comments, questions, anything?
No.
Leave it in the
No,
leave it
no,
in the
no.
comments below and shit. Nah.
Bet.
Not related to the VOD. No.
Bet. All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay.
stop the recording then.